Hi, my loves, and welcome to Journey to Love. Again, my name is Crystal, and I'm here to talk to you today about natural beauty. Okay, so this is me without any makeup at all. I just exfoliated my skin with a little St. Ives apricot scrub, and I also did a steam facial. So I'll show you that a later day and go into more detail. But I like to prep my skin before I put makeup on. I'm going out tonight on a date, not with a guy, not with a girl, with myself. It's important that you still take yourself out on a date. It's important that you pamper yourself. So, with this series, I'm going to talk about taking care of yourself, taking care of your natural beauty, and loving you from the inside out. So, to get started, I have my makeup case here, and I do have a larger case in my bathroom, but this is my primary makeup case where everything that I use on a regular basis goes in here. Just to make it simple when I'm grabbing and going or traveling, it's in a smaller case. I really don't wear a lot of makeup, to be honest. I definitely don't wear makeup every single day. That's just my personal choice. And I try to use products that are as natural as possible. So once I start talking about the products that I do use, you're welcome to correct me and inform me if there's any chemicals or materials within the makeup that I'm about to show you that I use that is not good for your skin. But I try to do my own personal research, and this is what works for my skin, and this is what works for my makeup routine. Now, as you can see already, I have oily skin. I do use a mattifying lotion, and if I'm going to do any type of event where there's going to be a lot of light or a lot of heat, I try to use Preparation H on my skin, or I forget the name of it. Uh, or I try to use it comes in a blue Philips Magnesium. There you go. It comes in a blue bottle, and I just put a little dab on my skin. I do that very rarely because it is acid based, but that really sucks up all the oil. So that's just a little tip that I do. But today, it's kind of warm outside, so I did use a lotion that kind of sucks up oil on my skin. And I still use oil lotions, and at night I still use oil, and that helps me keep my skin hydrated and moisturized. I also drink a lot of water. I put a little lemon in it because I'm not a fan of the taste of water, not at all. But to help that out and to increase my water intake, I put a little lemon in it. But I drink a lot of water because, again, it's loving you from the inside out. So let's get started. um, So I really like to invest in good quality makeup that works for my skin. Um, I do say that although I have highly oily spots, I will say that I'm combination, but more on the oilier end. Because when it's wintertime, or if I do too much exfoliation, I do get to get dry spots underneath my eyes and around my nose, um, and my lips can be dry as well. So I definitely have to balance out to make sure I moisturize, but also make sure that I don't overdo it, because I will look like I just ran a marathon and I just simply walked out my house. So, the products that I use, I know everyone swears by MAC. My holy grail of makeup is Bare Minerals. Let me bring it into the frame for you. So Bare Minerals in the Mineral Veil is what I'm going to start with. Um, Bare Minerals because, again, I have combination skin but more to the oilier end, so the powder really helps me. And Bare Minerals because it's on the market as more of the natural um, type of makeup or product, including Tarte. But Bare Minerals has more of a variety of skin colors or a variety of color tones that blends well with my skin color. So this is why I've narrowed it down to Bare Minerals. Um, I'm actually going to start with their concealer because I never used concealer before. Sorry, I'm trying to get it out the case. I never used concealer before, but you know, as I'm getting older and as I am staying up at night working on my papers for my master's program and coming up with concepts and topics to talk to you guys about, um, that under the eye baggage is starting to show through. When before, in my 20s, in my teens, I could just drink a little water, splash cold water, and I'll be fine. But not so much right now. So I'm going to start with a sponge. This is a makeup sponge. I love to use this because I feel like it blends out my concealer better. I could also use my finger, so sometimes I use my ring finger, but I really love using the makeup sponge. So I'm just going to dip it in here, and I have already wet the sponge, like dampened the sponge beforehand. So this is what I'm going to use to go right up under my eye. Now I dampened the sponge beforehand to give it even more of an opportunity to help the makeup blend well with my skin. And I say dampen because you don't want it to be soaking wet. And I bring it up in my eyebrow and around my eye. Now this is the way I do it. I am not an expert, like I said. I'm not an expert in love. I'm just sharing my journey. So I'm not a makeup artist, but after watching a couple of YouTube videos, doing some research, I love Tyra Banks' book that she put out a couple of years back on how to take care of yourself from the inside out. So I definitely enjoyed that. So, you know, do what works for you. You may have a routine already, or you may just be trying this makeout thing no matter what your age is. So, you know, talk to people, read up, and see what works for you. Definitely try things. Sephora is great for trying makeup, and there's a policy, little secret. There's a policy that if you go and ask for a sample of anything, they have to give you a sample. So, between you and I, but go to Sephora and see what you would like to try, and they must give you a sample. Now this is what I heard. I've tried it. It works for me. I got my samples. So don't hold me to it now. This is just a little secret, but try and see if that works for you. So what I like to do is go under the eye because that brightens my eyes. I go above the eyelid. You can have an eyelid concealer or eyelid primer. I just put the concealer on top because I feel like it preps my eyes. So when I go to put on the makeup on my eye, the eyeshadow, it will blend nicely and sit and last longer than normal. So then I also really go up in my eyebrows. Now I just got my eyebrows done, so today is not too extreme. But normally, when my eyebrows are not done, I try to conceal the fact that there are some strays of hair that have grown out of the arch shape, and I try to conceal it with concealer. I do on my nose because my nose, again, tends to like redden. It flares in color, so it'll red more. It will show off a redder tone more than anything. And then I do here, I do heart shape, so that way when I go to apply my lipstick, again, it highlights the area around my lips to give it that more puckered lip. And then I go under here because just like my nose area, my chin area tends to redden or, again, give off a red tone when I'm itchy or irritated. I have very sensitive skin, so it took me some time to see what works for me. I am still open to learning new things, so any suggestions or anything like that, I'm willing to try, but this is what works for me so far. And also make sure you blend out the sides when you do your eye. And I put a little concealer down the bridge of my nose as to highlight the bridge of my nose. So when light hits my face, the under here under my eyes will pop. So my eyes will pop, and the bridge of my nose the light will hit it and reflect. The light will hit my eyes and reflect, and the light will hit the bridge of my nose and reflect. Now I have one lazy eye, and I always look like I'm sleepy, but I'm not sleepy. It's just my eyelids are very heavy, and I need to enhance my eyes because I love my eyes, but I want them to pop on camera or when I'm with someone or by myself, entertaining myself. And I take my little selfies. I want those areas to pop and highlight. So that's how I use concealer. I use concealer to cover any darkened circles or darkened skin tone or baggage underneath my eyes. I also use concealer to highlight or make certain areas of my face pop. So now, on to the mineral veil. Now, I use the tinted mineral veil as my skin color is on the darker edge. And before you correct me, I'm saying that because I am a woman of color, I prefer to use the mineral veil that's tinted, because if I were to use the mineral veil that's not tinted and there's no color in it, then I'm really setting my foundation for a white cast on my skin. That's not appealing, in my opinion, for my skin. So, mineral veil in the Bare Mineral line, to my understanding, comes in a non-tinted version. It's basically like cornstarch. It sets your face and preps your face as if you were putting on a primer. It's very similar to a primer. And it allows you to set your face and your skin for when you put on the foundation, so it fills in any creases and holes and anything funkiness you got going on. So when you do put on your foundation, it lays more evenly and just blends better with your skin. So I start with the mineral veil, the tinted version, because that works well with my skin tone. So basically, I put it in the cap. I open up the jar, and inside the cap has a little bit of mineral veil. So I put the brush, and the brushes I use are the Eco Tools. I don't know if you can see that, but it's the Eco Tools, and I like the feeling of the brush. I like the bamboo handle material. that it claims to be. And I like the fact that it was affordable. I think a set of these brushes are like $10. So that works for me. So I take the Ecos Tools brush, and this is the face brush, and I put it, the Kabuki brush, I put it inside the cap of the Bare Minerals, and then I tap off the side, and I just go in circular motions around my skin. I bring it in my eyelids, all around and under. Don't forget to bring your products down under your chin and onto your neck and onto your décolleté, your chest, because that helps, again, give it even skin tone color across your skin, so it doesn't look like you're one color on your face and another color on your neck. Now my shower cap is a process that I was playing in another video, and it just helps me maintain moisture in my hair, and it helps me define my curls. So I'll explain that in another video a little bit more in detail, but I'll show you guys the results in a minute. So again, next step is the foundation. And basically what I'll do is I will take the jar, I will shake it a little bit to get a little bit on the top, tap a little bit, so in case it's too much, I let it come down. And then I have a little bit in the top here, so I will again take my brush, put it inside the top here, tap, shake on the side, and then I'll go in circular motions all my thing. I like to have it come all over, so that way it's very even. And again on my neck. The color I use is medium dark in the Bare Mineral line. So then I just close the jar back and set it to the side. The next item I use is the Bare Minerals Warmth, and that's kind of like a bronzer for that line. So I have a contour brush that I use, and I love the little arch that it has in this brush. So again, I use the Bare Minerals Warmth, which is like their bronzer for their line. I shake it a little bit, tap, and then have a little bit inside of the top. Then I take my brush, I dab inside the top, take the excess off, and then I contour. So I have just highlighted before with the concealer, but now with the bronzer, I go inside right underneath my cheekbone, and see how that just created a line. that line helps highlight my cheekbone. So I don't know with this camera if you can see the difference, but when I smile on this side, it creates more of a focus on my highlighted portion, which is my cheekbones, and will create a slimmer look on my face, because I have a very round face, which is beautiful, I love, but I want to highlight, and I want the camera and the lights to focus on the assets that I have of my face, which I feel are my cheekbones, my eyes, and my lips. I love everything else about my face. I love my nose, and I will also show you how I contour my nose. But this just helps that when I'm on the camera, you are not seeing just a big round circle. You're seeing defined pieces of my face. So let's go in here and do the other side. So you just make a fish face, and you go right in the crease. And you make that happen. I just need a little bit more. And then I go here. And this helps, again, contour or slim out my face. So, you know, as of right now, I have that double chin. So with that double chin, the contouring helps highlight that double chin. That when I finish with my boot camp journey, my fitness journey, will not be an issue anymore. But I still will contour, but just not as much with the double chin. The next thing is I will go in with a smaller brush, and I will contour my nose. So again, this is just to bring even more light to the area that I placed before, where I placed concealer before. This helps. It's like putting blinders on, so then you see my nose, the highlight, see the light. So this helps the light and the camera focusing on the bridge of my nose. Sorry, my friend is texting. The next thing I just love contouring. The next thing I will do is just blending it out a little bit better. So the next thing I'm going to do is work on my cheeks. I have some big old cheeks. So again, have the jar, and I use Amused, okay? And it's like a rose gold colored blush. So I do a light dusting. Barely see it on camera because I'm not trying to look like Ronald McDonald or a clown with the big red cheeks, but again, it's just a hint of color to look very rosy and healthy and alive and entertained. So my next step is to focus on my eyes. I like to start with a shadow. Today's look is a very natural look. I will do another video that will include a more night time look. So the look I'm using right now, the color I'm using right now is Deep Champagne. It's like a bronzy metallic color. So it's very close to my skin color because this is my base eyeshadow. To again just help everything blend well. So I may have the name of the color wrong. Let me just figure it out. Sorry, Long Island Iced Tea. So as you can see, it's like a bronzy coffee, golden light coffee color. And that is my base and just helps me even things out. Sorry, there's a fly in there. It's blocking me. The next color I'm using is Aztec Gold. I don't know if you can see that, but again, it's Bare Minerals, and it's a more gold type of color. Yellow gold type of color. And again, I just go in the top, take a little, then go, I like to go right at the bottom lid of my eyes with this color. With my natural look, I don't do too much of creasing, but since I'm going out tonight, I will go heavier, a little heavier with the gold to make the eyeshadow pop more. And then if you really want to go heavy, let's say you're going to a club or disco, or it's Halloween, you can wet your brush. It's called the foil method, F-O-I-L. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. You wet your brush and then you dip into your shadow, and it creates even more of an intense color. The colors will be more vibrant when applied on your eyelid. But today, I'm just going to the movies, taking myself to see Think Like a Man 2, and doing a little Japanese, which I love. So I'm just going to blend that out, make sure I bring it down, make sure I bring it around. and down. Another trick for highlighting is to take something like this eyeshadow, light gold, or another maybe whites or metallic color like a gold shade, and go in your crease of your eyelid, the crease of your eyelid. And just pop that there. And then again, down the bridge of your nose. Now for my oily skin girls, please be careful with how much shiny stuff you put on your skin. Okay, so my next step is my eyeliner. And again, this is Bare Minerals. It is the Big and Bright eyeliner, black and gold. I love this because one, it's small, so I'm not using a big eyeliner that doesn't fit in my portable case. And two, it is not a pencil-like material where it's a wooden base where I have to constantly sharpen and sharpen to get to it. It's retractable. So, I don't know if you can see that. So that helps me a lot because maintaining the sharpening of the eyeliners is quite annoying to me. So I prefer this version. So I'm just going to go on the top of my eyelid. And if you mess up, that's okay. You can either take a Q-tip and some makeup remover and wipe it off and start all over again, or you could just make the line bigger. Here. Sometimes I like to do the cat eye, where you pull it all the way out and it almost looks like Egyptian makeup. But again, today is a simple look for me. Sometimes I will put some eyeliner on my waterline, which is my lower part of my eye. But again, today I am going very simple, very natural, very neutral. So that is the eyeliner for me. Then I will take my mascara, which is Tarte Lights Camera Flashes mascara. I like to go on top first, so I really get a good coating. And also I go on top first because just in case I didn't bring the eyeliner close enough to my lashes, the mascara can cover that up. And then I go on top. I normally do 2 or 3 coats. I love my eyes, although I look sleepy all the time. I love my eyes. So I'm going to let that dry, and I might go back later for another round. The final thing is my lips. Now, I like to put Vaseline on my lips first, especially as I'm doing my full face makeup. I like to put Vaseline on my lips so that way they're moisturized, because sometimes lipstick and so on, lipstick, lip liner, lip gloss can dry out my lips. So I like to apply that first, and then I'll go in, and this is a lip gloss by Black Radiance Lip Color. I do find it where my lipstick will last longer if I start with a lip liner. But today I'm just keeping it simple, so I'm just gonna put on a little lip gloss, and I either will keep the lip gloss with me to maintain the color and the shine, or I will bring chapstick. So that is my makeup routine. Very natural for today. And my hair, for me, the moisture just stays when I keep the shower cap on. So I normally do a little side part, so my hair is framing my face but not in my face, so I can see everybody. But that's all. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please inbox me below. I will come back and do other videos for more date night makeup or nighttime makeup. But again, pamper yourself, treat yourself, love yourself from the inside out. A great mentor of mine, a great speaker, informed me that she found her husband hanging out with her girls. She was celebrating an event, and as she went to bring the glass up and say cheers to her friends with her wine glass, she felt somebody looking at her in the side of the corner, and it ended up being her husband. So again, you have to celebrate you. You have to celebrate you. You have to celebrate life. Whether you're seeking a husband or not, whether you're seeking a wife or not, you have to find happiness and create happiness in your life. The more you create it, the more you will come. Again, what you put out is what you attract. So if you're at home, under the covers, on the couch, gloom and sad, then that's what you attract in your life. And I want what's best for you, because I know you deserve what's best for you. So put yourself out there. Smile, enjoy life, celebrate life, and attract the best thing in life for you. Create the best foundation in your world, which is you. So again, my loves, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.